What is up, boys? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Lex Money. Now, before we do start, guys, we need to run up the like button. Try and get this video to 200 likes. Push it out to as many people as you can. Leave a let's go in the chat. We've got a great video today. Alright, guys, so in today's video, I am going to show you why I think the pump is going to continue. I don't want to jinx it. Yes, the pumpy time music is playing right now. Some of you guys didn't like that because apparently it's cursed now. But Bitcoin doesn't care about the curse, guys. It's at 118k. ETH is still around that 3k mark. This is going to be a big psychological level. So it's going to make sense that we do find some resistance around 3k. If we are going into that last blow off top phase of the market, then we should expect this euphoric pump to continue. Now, one thing I want to say is that in these times, it's not the time to be FOMOing in, okay? We should be chilling and looking at sell targets. That's something that myself and the members are going to be working on over the next couple of weeks, making sure that we do set realistic sell targets. We don't hold on and say, you know, this thing is going to go up forever, because it will go back down. We've seen it so many times over this cycle. Now we're in another pumpy time again. Please remember how you did feel when we did start dumping back down and you had the opportunity to sell higher. Now, this makes me scared. Pengu ETF coming. Pudgy Penguins just flip whiff at $1 billion market cap. The SEC officially acknowledged Canary Capital's filing for a Pengu ETF. Does that mean it's going to happen? No, but you start to see these things come out close to the tops, guys, okay? You're going to start to see a lot of influencers shill Pengu once they've made a ridiculous amount on their bags. I think this thing's already up like 300% over the past week, but be careful. This is a top slash getting close to the top signal. Now, Bitcoin, something to have a little look at. This is the Bitcoin returns from inception all the way to 2025. 15 years of data, guys. And you can see here in 2026, we are due a red year. So please don't get fooled into thinking that this thing is now going to go and print like 5 green years in a row. We will come back down. Something to note is it looks like we could have diminishing losses going into next year, guys. So this may print, what, 60%, 50%, depending how high we go. You know, if we go to 150 top, that's going to be a 75k bottom. And this could be really dangerous because people would be expecting 80% drawdowns to maybe like 40k or something, you know, bottom out around 75k and then go. We'll have to reevaluate that when we get closer, guys, but definitely something to bear in mind. Now, we did have targets in the last video of around 130k. You can see on this fib based extension, it looks like 135k could be the 100% fib extension. We already had that retest at 75k. If we do get a double, 135k to 140k is going to be on the cards for Bitcoin. You can see we're holding very strong above the previous all-time high, guys, and this weekly candle was a very strong one. So even if maybe going into next week we have a pullback, we still are above the previous all-time high, guys. So don't let any pullbacks that come along the way, unless we do break this range high, fool you, okay? Because people would have bought into this green candle. It would make sense that we do get some pullbacks along the way. However, in the last euphoric stage of the market, usually people like myself are expecting pullbacks because that would make sense, and then we just rip higher and we don't get them. Now, another thing to have a look at is the BTC demand versus supply. You can see the production of Bitcoin versus ETF net flows over time. Since ETF launch, look at the BTC supply in pink compared to the ETF net flow. More than double of the BTC supply is in the ETF net flow, 284% 30-day growth rate. We come to Ethereum. We did print our golden cross on, well, with the 50 crossing the 200. Historically, what has come after that, guys, it has been prolonged moves for at least a few months. When we do get closer to the end, it usually will just pump up a lot faster, a lot sooner. Again, we should be looking to take profits before September. A lot of people are getting excited with the rate cuts. I do believe this could start to get priced in before September. If we continue, we're only in the second week of July, right? If we continue pumping up, you know, into August and then August into September, then we get rate cuts. You know, who knows what's going to happen, but I do think that we are starting to price in potential rate cuts, Jerome Powell stepping down as Fed chairman. Now, when it comes to ICP, guys, total burn is now over 2 milli. Since September 2024, we've seen the amount of ICP burn ramp up exponentially, and it hasn't stopped. And remember, 500 mil ICP. Doesn't look like the burns are slowing down. This thing is going to be even more when Caffeine AI comes out. Maybe even there's, going to be another app that comes out, or a few more apps that come out when people realize why they should build on top of ICP, guys. And if that does happen, I mean, you guys already saw what happened when an app like Bob, which was pretty basic if you ask me, the burn rate went absolutely insane, guys. So you can imagine what happens when we get more advanced apps building on top of ICP. So right now you can see that Bitcoin is breaking out of this bull pennant. The actual target for this bull pennant from here to here is going to be around 125k. So maybe going into next week we could see a continuation. Again, these charts can chop and change. Maybe it then starts to form some sort of range. For now we're in a bull pennant, but we must be open to all outcomes. We're going to have resistance at that nearly 119k here, guys. But for now it does look like we are breaking out. So that could be an immediate short-term target, guys, if we are going to get that continuation over the coming weeks up to 125k. And when we come to ICP, I mean, you look at the volume profile and we're breaking out on the daily. Okay, this was a massive area of resistance on the daily. That's why it's taken so long for us to break out of this range, guys. Massive amounts of volume on the daily. If we can break this and continue up to this previous high at $6, we should start to break above $6 pretty soon, right? The last level on this volume profile is going to be in our red zone here. Again, once we do break that, we're going to have upper targets of between $6.70 and $7.70, then a big gap all the way to $10, guys. So again, we should be expecting some more consolidation between 6 and 7. Once we can break that, it should be a pretty rapid jump after that, guys. A lot of you guys are getting quite upset at the fact that we're saying pumpy time and ICP hasn't moved. It hasn't moved, but these things take time, guys. This is just a clear consolidation right here, a clear reaccumulation at the bottom of the range. So ICP does look really good, Bitcoin looking really good, Ethereum also looking really good. We must manage our expectations, guys, because there could be some chop going into next week. It's been a very good week for us this week. So, if we do start to have some sort of pullbacks, we don't start to panic going on Twitter saying, why are we dumping? Right, we had mega moves for a lot of our altcoins, like 20-30% moves for a lot of our altcoins. It's okay if we consolidate, and if we don't, happy days. But you guys let me know how you're feeling about the market. What do you think next week is going to bring? Remember, smash that like button, leave me a let's go in the comment section. I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.